Fun fact, I had the recording die on me like 3 times. This means a couple of things. First off, no barricade. Secondly, I know up to the end of the turret section. And finally, I tried to beat this chapter as fast as I could. So the chapter really begins at the bridge. There, I have to fight a bunch of goons. The first two I pick off, no problemo. The third catches me from the side, but re-teaches me the lesson that I should be aware of my surroundings. Once they've been defeated, I now have to fight super slashers and a leaper that wouldn't seem to appear. In this room, I have to fight 2 moaning Nolan's. Thank goodness for the droppings. Without them, I wouldn't have known whether the Necromorph was defeated. I picked the first guy off, with minor complications from the small guys. As for the second guy, I had less complications, if not more embarrassment, since I had a cheap corner to hide behind. In the next room, I get to see my first complete Slenderman, who in the fight looked like I shot everything but the Slenderman. A couple minutes after Slenderman, after completing my hexagonal satellites, I'm on my way to the turret section. At least until the game reminded me that I had to turn the comms array on. Be right back. I'll let the video play on the way back. And I'm here at the turret section with attempt number 2. I'll place the first attempt at the bottom, and then music video footages. Even with many signs telling me that the boss is dead, I continually find stuff to shoot, which totally muffles the sound of everything. Thank goodness for the subtitles. I managed to survive a fiery death because of... I was watching that, man.
Isaac.
Well, without Nicole this week, I'm heading back to the cargo bay. On my way back, I hear some Slenderman pieces. Which, peace out. Even though outside the elevator, waiting for me is another Slenderman. The chapter's pretty much done. There isn't even a barricade to return to. In my notes, I say that I had only one failed recording here. That failed recording was enough to force me into quick playing this level. This is mostly based off of the original video recording length. Here we have a radioactive material room. I tried the strategy of piling up the waste in front of me, hoping for two things. One, that I could lazily pick off the material from a fixed point. And two, that I wouldn't trigger necromorph spawns. First hope worked out well. As for the second hope, I think the necromorphs came in from space. Therefore, the trigger was unavoidable by normal means. What also didn't work for me was this hunk of junk as a shield. Wow, my fully upgraded plasma cutter is terrible at killing supers. That's something I gotta remember. When I try for my pulse rifle mostly, I celebrate the completion of the radiation room by almost killing myself. In the next room, we have the return of me, ignoring sound cues, coming into the room and looking the right way. I was supposed to see my first Knucklehead McSpazatron, but because it was a new enemy in Dead Space, the game will make sure that I knew this guy really well shortly after the encounter, even if the fights look like these. Gameplay itself never put this together, but as I am rewatching this
Mamma mia!
in-game is stealing my barricade thing. Is this because I didn't use any barricades for the last two chapters? The adventure continues with a battery buddy, who still isn't a very good projectile, but I decided to keep it anyways, so that I could try to cheese this part, which EA wouldn't let work. For the record, the reason why I try to play parts efficiently, well, it's not for efficiency. I'm not trying to conserve ammo, and it's not because I'm afraid to fight the bad guys. All I'm trying to do is see if EA was smart enough to foolproof some of these potential shortcuts, and so out of fun. Though to be fair, I'm playing on PC, therefore the game had many years to update itself out of Glitch City, which is probably why the Door Gods glitch doesn't work for me. These people are really good at communicating with me after fights. Anyways, hi Doctor.
My name is Terrence Kine. Dr. Kine. Listen to me. There isn't much time. If you really can repair the shuttle, there is a better use for it than just running away. You must understand, the forces at work here are greater than you can imagine. If you leave now, you condemn all humanity. The planet will never stop, never rest unless the marker is returned. Don't you see? The church is wrong. This is all a trap. I've seen it. Please, you must help me.
When the elevator kicks me out is where I hear someone thriving in pain. I thought the person was somewhere along my path, as opposed to just in here. In the next room, I can see the shooting gallery minigame, but I have to fight some necromorphs to get there. At the shooting gallery minigame, I make it to level 4 before rage quitting. In this room, I have this man who was taking the guy's advice from Chapter 7 and is now shooting his limbs off.
I've seen what they do to the bodies, what they become. I can't let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs, I won't be able to kill anyone when I'm infected. Please tell Dawn and the kids that I love them. Oh, God.
Regardless, I wave hi to him before firing an extinguisher at him. This room, I have me noticing a standard loot chest before this laser octopus in the infirmary. Please don't use necromorphs to grab my attention in real life. In the next major room, I have myself ignoring the giant open space to my right for a barricaded door, which is a little silly since, according to this motion, I remember this place giving me a lot of trouble in my first playthrough. There, I tried to grab as much as I could before this fight, but and now I find myself unable to shoot this running man, who after looting I chase after. And oh boy, I remember losing a recording here. Here we find out that my kinesis is too upgraded. So I can't just walk the barricade. With that done, we have Kendra.
Is that it? You got it? Oh my god! You got it! That's the piece we need. Get to the crew deck.
Alright, Kendra. I'll get to the crew deck. But first, the game has to use Hammond in order to demonstrate why we should always close the door behind us during a zombie outbreak.
My comm was out. You got the singularity code? That's our ticket out of here. Get that code!
I've located the teleporter. I've reached the objective. Destroy it. I've rearranged your molecules for you. Would you like to donate your body to science? It's all going so well.
I won't give Hammond credit for making it this far with the pulse rifle. I wonder if I could do that.
Is he dead?
Is he dead?
Oh god.
No.
It's just us now, I think.
Just because Hammond was my superior doesn't mean he doesn't get the kinesis treatment. And in his treatment, I decided to take Hammond out for a barbecue. Before this, and losing, you're not Hammond, get out of here. Before losing him to the elevator gods.
containment. Evacuate the vessel immediately.